Pedro Get the Fishing. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the rod building series. And this is part 2 in our rod building series. And in this video, we went down to Grumpy's Bean Tack again to do the next few steps on my custom rod. And that was fixing up the guides, trying to find our guide train, test casting, and find that so you're gonna find all of that in this video. And again, if you have any questions, please call or go to Grumpy's Bean Tackle right down here. As you see right down here, Grumpy's Bean Tackle. If you have any questions, ask for Bobby for guide wrapping, guides, or if you want to build your very own custom rod. So, without further ado, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share to your family and friends. And again, turn on that notification bell so you can get the next coming part in a few weeks. Without further ado, enjoy the video.
This is on Angler's Resource website. It's the KR Concept guide system. It explains to you how to measure the rod, and you plug in all your information, and it'll give you your guide spacing.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a very nice resource.
That is cool. All right.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna enter, read the instructions, and then we'll measure it, and we'll pop back and forth while you punch in all your numbers.
All right.
And then it'll give us our guide sizes and the spacing for our reduction train, and then we'll figure out the running guides, their position, separate from that, and then we'll go outside and test cast it, make sure everything works, make any adjustments that are necessary, and then we're off to the races. Then you start wrapping thread.
Okay.
All right?
All right. So I'll punch in over here 7 feet.
So you're going to have to do it in inches.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Oh, my mom, if mom was, see, I'm a nice guy. Mom would be like,
But you can take solace in the fact that that Connor was even worse.
All right, so how many inches do we have the spool axle?
So now it says mount your reel in the seat and enter the distance from rod butt to the tip of the line spool axle on your spinning reel. So now we come back here and we just take a straight measurement. So your rod butt is there. We are at 16 3/4. So 16.75 is what you're gonna punch in there.
All right, 16.75. Just like that?
Yes, sir. Now select your reel size. This is a 3000 Evict.
Yeah.
But it's much larger than a Shimano 3000 would be, right? Which is what I have here. You see how small that is?
Yeah.
So we're gonna that's about the size of a 5000 Shimano.
Okay. So,
Right?
yeah, about your real size, okay.
So do you want micro or conventional? You're gonna pick conventional.
Okay.
And so this is a little cheat that I learned. I picked the 10 to 14 mono. When you pick the braid, it makes everything smaller. I like to bump everything up one size.
Gotcha.
And that gives you a little bit more play.
Okay.
Now you hit calculate. So it gives you all the sizes that you need. And if you scroll down a little, now here's your spacing on here. Okay, so we're gonna go off of this measurement here. Something's going on here. I usually get measurements here, but I have a workaround here for when sometimes I change these a little bit.
Yeah.
So we got 21 inches. That we're gonna work from there. That's all we really need.
All right.
So 20H, 10H, and see that says 6L? I like to bump that one up to a 7L.
Oh, okay.
So our measurement for that was 21 inches. So So we're gonna measure 21 inches from that mark,
All right.
and then we're gonna mark the blank with that.
Okay.
So you mark that at 21 inches.
So right here.
Yep.
I think I got it.
Scooch over a little bit and I'll double check your measurement. All right. So now I will line up the bottom of that ring. All right, so I want to get a perfect angle. I want to be exactly perpendicular so I can line it up perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tape that guide onto the blank right there like that.
Okay.
So you're not fumbling with your hands. I'll rip a couple pieces of tape off and I'll put them right there. I'll show you how to do this one and I'll have you tape on the next one.
Okay.
So I line that guy up and make sure it's as close as I can get it to perfect. And I don't mind using a lot of tape because tape is cheap. And I don't want these guides popping off when we go test cast. Okay.
All right.
So, I learned a trick from the guys at Angler's Resource that we can. So from this mark, we're going to measure 21 inches again.
Okay.
And Connor 8R China marker. There we go.
All right, so another 21, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be right here.
Perfect. So you're going to line this guide up with that mark. Okay, and
All
then
right.
you're gonna tape it on.
Okay. So I'm gonna do that trick that you did.
Yep.
Well,
If you break your tape off first, you won't be fumbling with the roll while you're trying to hold
Yeah.
the guide on and everything. So, you know, I learned the hard way to do that. See the bottom of that ring?
yeah. Yeah.
You want that lined up on the mark. It looks like you got to scooch it back to too far.
Right there.
Be on an be directly perpendicular.
Gotcha. What do you think? Right there?
That looks better, yeah.
Okay. Do you string rods? Reels in here too?
Yeah.
You just that?
If you burn yourself, I'm not gonna feel bad. That's
Grab the first tip top, perfect. It's gonna be like a 30-second tip top.
That's a good way to drip that hot melt glue on your finger. Don't burn yourself, kid.
Yep. I got some scars. Nothing beats that heat gun scar though.
Spin that around so you spread the glue. Or
Gave
ignore me.
myself a crescent moon.
Or ignore me.
What?
I said spin that around so you spread the glue.
Yeah, I did. When I go on.
What do you think?
Think you're looking good. I'm gonna just scooch it more centered.
Oh, we got that water.
Okay.
Awesome.
What I want to do is I want there to be a straight line from here to here, from the top to the top.
Mhm.
And then you're going to slide this guide until it just kisses that braided line. And then what it'll do is it'll make sure they're in perfect alignment.
Okay.
And that way the line will flow through the gathering guide, through the reduction train, and we'll have a perfect reduction train.
Awesome.
And it'll manage the line correctly.
All right. So basically, you're gonna put the line through, and I'm gonna try to figure out where this guide goes.
Yeah, that's gonna help you find the placement of that guide.
And then we mark it with the China marker, and now I can.
You're actually gonna rip your tape, and while you're holding it there, you're just gonna tape it on. You're gonna go, oh look, it's in the right spot, and tape it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's much easier. Much easier.
Yep. Find your way?
I'm gonna go right here. Alright, let me cut the tape so I don't have to fumble around with it.
Found it?
I think this is the one we were using.
Mira lo que está haciendo Pedrito acá con la cámara.
So what you're going to do is you're going to slide it along the blank. Don't push down on the blank because you don't want it to deflect.
Mm-hmm.
Just slide it down until it just touches that line. Because if you see, the braid is going from the top of this ring to the top of that ring.
Yeah.
So if this gets to the top, that'll mean that they're in perfect alignment, and then you can tape it on, and then we'll look down it and make sure it makes the bullseye.
Mm-hmm.
And if it does, then we move to the next step.
Okay. So yeah.
Remember not to push down on the blank.
Yep, just nice and lightly.
Until it just touches.
So right here.
Yep. Now, you're going to tape that on. You want me to get the braid out of your way?
No, you're good. Or, yeah, if you can.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, tape her on.
Alright, so I can use this part right here, right? This extra piece? Okay.
Yeah, put it right on this end just to, give this guide a little more support.
Alright, so like tape, like right here?
Put it right next to it, right there.
Oh, right there?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Nice, you can make it nice and tight. Just as tight as you can make it without ripping the tape again.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if I got another piece of tape that I could. Did I perfect it?
I think you're good, kid.
Awesome. So, I know what I'm going to do now.
Mm-hmm.
Bullseye it.
Now, yeah, you're going to look down it like that.
Alright.
And tell me what you think.
No way.
What's that?
Did I bullseye it? It looks like it.
You're close. I think.
I messed up on one guide.
So what you do is take the big guide and center the second guide in it, and you'll see that that last guide is a little bit low. Tell me if you agree.
Yeah, it's more that way.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna.
It's not that much off, but
No, it's not that much off.
But
You're right.
you gotta perfect it.
But we're going to perfect it.
So basically, a bullseye is you want to try to get the guides, one guide into the next to the end.
Yep.
Right?
You want them to nest together perfectly.
So as you can see, I taped on the guides. I did this one okay. This one, the first guide, the stripper guide, goes into the second guide.
Mm-hmm.
But the third guide, or the last guide, is a little bit off-centered, so we're going to try to center it and see if I could, yeah.
So what I think is we're going to pull this one back a little bit. We have a choice. We can move this one forward, or we can pull this one back.
Whichever one you think is better.
So, let me take a measurement, and we'll see. It's actually good that it didn't come out perfect, because then you can see how to fix it. So when you do this at
So
home,
it's bad that I did
no. It's good that it's off a little bit, because now you learn how to make the adjustment.
Yeah.
You know.
Mhm.
So if we measure from ring to ring, I'm going to measure in millimeters.
It's
So 295
295
to 235. So we got a little room to wiggle this back.
This one?
Yeah.
All right.
So
Sorry about that.
That's all right. I have another foot. So I'm just going to make a mark at the end of this foot. Right?
And that's where we're gonna put this tape and change it around.
Not quite that far. This is going to be a minute adjustment.
Oh, okay.
Right? I just want that as a reference to where the guide is now, so we don't have to string the braid again.
Gotcha.
So I'm just gonna take that off.
Are these stainless steel or titanium?
Those are stainless steel.
Stainless steel. Okay.
Yeah. You don't need titanium for this. Titanium's very expensive.
Yeah.
And for your first rod that you're building, we're gonna go with the stainless.
Awesome.
Plus, you're gonna have a sentimental value in this rod, and you're gonna take real good care of it. So.
Of course. Well, my dad is, not me.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, your dad. Oh, yeah.
If it breaks, I'll make another one. I'll try to
You'll make him
one.
another one. But, oh yeah, this is the first rod you ever built, and your dad's gonna be fishing it. It's gonna be special for him.
It is.
So.
It is.
What I would do is I would come back here, and I would try and eyeball it myself to see how far back I gotta pull it. I don't know if your arms are long enough for that.
From here to here?
Well, maybe they are. So you can do that and get them perfectly centered.
Yeah,
I don't know if the camera's going to catch that. I'm going to hold that with my thumb. Not bad, kid. All right.
Awesome.
Taper on.
All right. Oh. All right, let's try it again. All right.
Here, loosen that up.
Looks better. Looks a little bit better.
Much better.
Want to take a look through it?
Now we can make a minute adjustment. I just slid it back in your tape a little bit. Now it's fiddly. Okay, I like that better.
Yeah, it looks better.
Okay.
Want to give it a shot, then? Want to see how? No, you good.
Okay, so the next guide, we use a little bit different guide on this one. We use a little bit different guide on this one. There's going to be a lot of pressure on the next two guides, so they make what they call belly guides that have a longer foot.
Yeah.
We're going to use two. We're going to use a 6-ring belly and then a 5-ring belly guide. And then the rest are going to be 5-ring, just regular KT guides for the running guides.
Okay. So are we going to do the same process with these guides?
Very similar. So this one, okay, when we look down the bullseye, we want the bottom of this ring to be about 1/3 of the way up on this ring. So the line coming through here will hit this and then be redirected in a perfectly straight line for the rest of the way out.
Okay.
So that's the concept there. So what I would do, because you're going to have to do a lot of back and forth for this, and there you go, see? So what I do is this. I'm just going to guess for now, and I just barely tape it on.
Yeah.
And then I'll come back here and take a look. So you come back here and take a look and then see how that height looks.
I mean, it looks like the belly foot guide is a little taller from my perspective.
So it's a little higher than 1/3 of the way
Yeah, so I think we gotta move it a little.
up. So we're gonna
this
creep.
way.
We're actually, you creep it a little closer.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You want me to?
I got it.
Let's see now. Still looks higher for some reason.
Let me see.
Either I have.
We can go a touch closer.
Yeah, it's a little higher, right?
But this, it's a nice way to do it. You know, when you're home and you do one of these, you'll know how to now.
Yep.
See, I'm barely moving it. Little adjustments. All right, take a look. I like it. What happens is it's a little bit going this way, so it looks different, but when we fully center it on the 0 axis,
Yep.
I think it's good.
All right.
So tape that guy on there, nice and tight, and then we can center it up.
So, do you want me to do 2 like we're doing with the other ones? 2 pieces of masking tape?
Yeah, you can do that.
All right. I might have to do another layer on that one.
Those wrong ones?
Yeah. Thank you, Joe. Okay.
So I can still use that part. So I'm going to save that.
So now we're going to put a tip top on, then we're going to take a measurement here, and then we're going to evenly space the rest of the guides. Okay?
All right.
So I use this tool here to measure for the tip top. Okay, that looks good. So it looks like it's going to be a 6 tube.
6 tube?
Mm-hmm. So we come over to my tip tops. I'll check. Okay, I'm going to try one size down.
All right.
I don't want it to be too loose, but I don't want it to be too tight either.
Right in the middle.
Yeah, you want to just, yeah, see, that's perfect. There's still enough room for glue in there, and there's no slop in it. So that's perfect right there. So it's a 5.5 tube. think, glue this on for you and show you how to do it, because it's real easy, especially with tiny little tops like that, to burn yourself. So I think your dad will be mad at me if I let you burn yourself. So I put a little bit there, and I put some on the blank itself. I like to twist this and put a little glue directly inside the tube.
Oh, so we don't use epoxy.
No, this is a hot melt glue. It was actually, this is a step up from regular tip top glue that you can buy from rod building suppliers. This is for gluing arrowheads on, so it's got a stronger bond.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's a very, very good glue. This is why I wanted to do this and not you. Swing it around a little bit. You can see all the glue squeezing out at the end of the tube there. I got to put it on my finger because I'm at a weird angle. And I line it up with the reel seat best I can. Then I wait for it to cool off a bit, and we are glued on.
Awesome.
If we were doing like a big surf rod or something, I would probably let you glue it on. But for your first tip top to work that close to the flame, I figure let's exercise a little bit of caution. So okay, when the glue hardens, you could just peel it off with your fingernail. And then that will clean off later.
Okay.
But I know that you got plenty of glue coverage in there because there was glue on the blank, there's glue in the tube. I spun that tip top around to make sure it's spread out, and then some oozed out the end of the tip top, so I know there's glue everywhere.
Oh, that's nice.
And if that comes off, then you did something violent to it. Okay, so now I'm going to measure from that ring to the tip top.
So around 20 inches almost.
I'm going to go with millimeters, so we have 505 millimeters. Okay? Whenever you're doing rod building stuff, working in the metric system is a whole lot easier. Because you can do all the math in your head, you don't have to worry about 8ths and 64ths and this and that.
Yeah.
So you can do all your math in your head. So your next guide is going to be another belly guide, but one size down. And then you're going to go to KT guides.
KT guides right here.
Okay, so I'm spacing these out just by eye for now
Yeah.
to get an idea.
So are we gonna do the same process with the first belly foot guide?
No. Now for the rest of the way out, we can do perfectly even spacing or gradually increase spacing. So we had a 505 millimeter measurement from here to here.
Yes.
So it kind of lends itself very easily. If we're going to add 4 guides to this running train, which looks about right, if we go 100, 100, 100, 105, we should be pretty good. Or actually 100, and then this one will be 105.
Okay.
So I think we're pretty good with that. The math worked out perfectly. It usually doesn't. This one did. Let's take it.
All right.
So you're going to carefully measure with this little scale 100 millimeters, that's 10 centimeters. Okay. And you're going to line up the ring right there and tape it on.
Okay.
And then you're going to measure from the back of the foot of this one, and you're going to mark 100 millimeters till we're done. And then when you go to tape these guides on, you just line up the back of the foot on the line, and it's a whole lot easier than doing by the ring.
Gotcha.
Okay?
All right.
So prep yourself a piece of tape.
Actually,
If you want to mark this one, that might make it easier.
yes, I don't have to.
So what I do on this, because these little tiny guides kind of cover your mark, so I mark it on the side of the blank so it's easier to clean it off later.
Gotcha.
So I'll line up the 100 there and then just mark it there.
All right.
That belt always rings when you mix glue. You know, if we're slow, mix some glue and they'll show up. Mm-hmm.
Man, I think I messed it up a little bit.
You want me to get that one for you? You can watch how I do it?
I think I'm good. I think I'm. No, I'm actually. I think I'm.
Let's check your measurement. So you're a little short.
Alright, so I can move it back a little bit. Okay.
But you know what? We can do a progressively increasing measurement. And I don't mind if this one is a little longer than the others. So let's go with that.
Alright.
Just make sure you can still see the tip of the foot. You know, so you can break your tape off there, that's fine.
Alright.
And you can use that tape for the next guide too, so you already have it ripped.
Perfect.
So now what you're gonna measure is 100 millimeters, but you're gonna measure from the tip of the foot, right? You're gonna measure 100, then 100, and then when you go to put the guide on, you line up your guide on the mark and then just pinch it with your thumb, and now you have more room for your tape.
I learned that the hard way just now. I'm trying to hold it this way, but...
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you said I gotta do from the tip from here.
From the tip of the foot, right at the end, right there. See where my thumbnail is?
Yeah, so right here?
A little more. Here, I'll guide it. See right there?
Yeah.
Just like that.
Alright,
And then
so...
just make your little tick mark.
Am I on it?
Looks good. And then work your way all the way down.
Alright.
You can just make all your measurements now and then tape on when you're done.
Right? Okay. So I know this one I'm gonna remark it because it's hooked.
Crumpies.
Alright. So 100 again, right?
Yep.
So I do this one again where the foot's gonna be?
Second. So you mark your, go 100 and then 100. And I'll be right back.
Alright.
Oh, you got that, Connor?
Yeah. What are they called? Is it just all graphite? Yeah. How's that for a handle, huh, buddy? You like it?
Where's the...
Did it really? Overall. Yeah, no kidding. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I guess. I love that. Yeah? Is that something new? Never heard of that. Yeah. Texas on Instagram. Yeah? Alright, Texas on Instagram, or I'll just go on.
I'll be right
All right. 1, 2. I gotta do this.
Oh, yeah.
They're actually like so alive that they were like if you reach your hand in, you were getting bit.
Oof.
All right, ready for the next step?
Think so.
All right.
Think I'm ready. Cause it is aligned. It's bullseye. It's going through. It's
See
basically.
how Pedro's alignment is. I suck at it.
Do you want to check it out?
You don't want me to check it out.
So
That's Connor.
broccoli.
That's Connor. The rock star grumpy tackle right there, dude. Right there.
All right, Bobby. You want to check my alignment?
Any comments, leave them down below. Ladies, leave your phone number if you want to call Connor. Alright, there you go, Connor the rock star.
Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a static load test.
Static load.
So what I'm checking for here is that the line flows through smoothly. I don't have any harsh angles from guide to guide. So it looks really, really good. See how smooth that is, how it follows the bend of the blank?
So I did it good.
I check it with both the line pickup on the bottom and the top to make sure that this one doesn't have any weird angles in it.
Yeah.
But this looks buttery smooth, so now we're ready to test cast.
Test cast.
Mhm.
All right. So I did the guide train on. I measured it correctly with
You
one
passed
flaw.
the first test. So what we, doing the static test, we make sure that there's no problems with the way the line flows through the guides and the way that the rod bends. This looks good. Now we make sure it casts well. If this had a weird angle in it where it looked like we're putting too much pressure in one part of the blank, then we'd readjust before we go outside and test cast. Because if it's a bad layout on the static test, why bother test casting? We got to fix it.
Mhm.
This looked really good, so we're gonna test cast. Do you know the ratings of this rod
Yeah.
blank?
1/2 ounce to 2.5 ounces.
Okay, so we're gonna pick a weight like right in the middle of that. With the sinkers I have available, we're gonna do a 1 ounce bank sinker to test cast with.
All right. Right.
Now we go outside.
Test casting time.
That looks nice.
See how it casts. Hopefully it looks nice and hopefully casts nice.
Pick up the phone for the rest of the day, be around.
Yes, Connor filled me in already. Thank you. Don't just go running across the street. People drive like crazy people around here. Let's wait, because they're supposed to stop. They don't always. Okay, cool. This is where I test cast all my rods. Cast that one. sounded really good and it looked pretty good too. Give it another couple, we'll make sure. Oh, you caught some.
No, I'm almost there.
Now remember, your guides are taped on.
Yeah.
So if you go like that, you could rip all the, so be careful. Point the rod straight at it and just pull it back a little. There you go. All right, give her another cast. Yeah, didn't hit the blank or anything. Do another cast. You get on this angle down here and watch how the line flows through all the guides. Is it work? Is it on?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, go ahead. You cast, Pedro. Nice.
Huh?
So look how far that went.
Oh, your dad has to test cast it, you know.
Alright.
Let me see how that feels.
When you see the video, like even though there's sun in it, the sun is hitting the line as it's going like
Oh,
this.
really?
So like there's a little reflection
Oh, cool.
coming off it, so it looks really
Here you
cool.
go, Pedro. Oh, yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, great job.
Nailed it. First time. First one, Bobby. And you said very rarely this happens.
Good job there, kid. Sometimes when I'm out here test casting, someone will walk by and wisecrack me. You know, oh, what are you fishing for? And I tell them grass shrimp.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
So everybody's happy?
Oh, yeah.
For sure. It's very nice.
Okay.
Feels smooth, right?
The Fuji KR Concept is my favorite guide train by far. It's relatively easy to do a layout. It just works really well. They did a great job designing it. They really know their stuff.
Awesome. Well, here's the guide train, or the guide layout, I should say, right? Stainless steel Fuji single foot guides. It looks awesome. Here's the bottom. So I'm gonna finish it up and hopefully it comes out good. Hopefully it comes out good.
We'll wrap as many guides as we can today. So if you finish wrapping all the guides, great. If not, that's great too. We'll finish it next week. All right? And then you're going to do a diamond wrap too. So the first things first, let's go get wrapping.
All right. Let's get the guides.